welcome to the Geek Remix Podcast, Episode 11. I'm Stacy.
And I'm Mari, and which means that last week we forgot to celebrate our double digit.
Da, 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 da.
So this week we're doing it because there's 2 ones.
Da, 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 da.
Let's see. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just trying to stay on track. So these are the questions. At the end of the episode, we are going to answer mail questions that were actually from Twitter.
Not from mails, just from people questions from our mailboxes.
Yes, that. But right now, we're going to talk about gaming news. Yay! So this week, they announced the sales numbers for December, which is holiday buying month, for all the latest consoles and stuff. So there was 908,000 Xbox One sold, which is the most out of December for all the new releases. And
how many?
908,000.
Okay.
In the United States alone.
Mm.
The PS4 had over like 700,000 sales in December, but overall, it actually has been selling like at least 1 million units worldwide than the Xbox.
So it's a more worldwide console than the Xbox?
Well, it's also sold more in the United States than the Xbox as well. It's just that the Xbox took that very one single statistic to make themselves look good on their Twitter.
Yeah.
And so they tweeted that, and then someone at Sony was like, well, by the way, we're still ahead overall, which is what counts.
Oh, got it. I see what you mean.
And then the Wii U has sold 481,000 units. So, there's that. But the number one selling console of 2013 was the Nintendo 3DS.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I guess that's because those other two just came out, and the old generations are so old. And the 3DS has had all year to sell, but still.
Yeah.
You know, it's had a lot of solid releases this last year. So it's had 11.5 million units sold this year. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose it seems like a lot, but I wonder, out of the gaming community, what percentage, like if you could calculate all the gamers in the world, how many then have a 3DS?
Probably most have 3DS because there's Zelda on there. Pokemon's on there, and that's pretty much, for most gamers, not all gamers, I don't want to offend any gamers, Pokemon's kind of a staple. It's just one of those things that you always get. Like, oh, Pokemon's coming out, better go get it. I don't know anything about it, but I'm still going to get it. Like,
yeah.
And also, Harvest Moon's on there, which a lot of people are like, that game's for girls. I'm like, every single person I know who plays Harvest Moon is a guy, so you can get over it. And farming in a game is awesome, so eat a dick. So those are some interesting things, and
as long as it's not on Facebook. I don't want those notifications.
Oh, you mean like Farmville?
Oh my god, that shit drives me crazy.
Our dog's going crazy.
Yep.
And then Valve is not making hardware for virtual reality. They're actually dedicating their software that they're creating to the Oculus Rift. And one example of that is the Crystal Cove game. Mm-hmm. So I guess that took some people by surprise that Valve wasn't making their own virtual reality face thing, but
the thing that goes on your face.
Yeah, so they're going to be working with the Oculus Rift to make it as good as possible. So there's that.
Oculus Rift is, oh my god, can't wait for virtual reality.
Well, virtual reality already happened like a long time ago, remember?
I know, but like for good virtual reality.
No, that virtual reality was pretty... Back then, I was amazed, except you had to have that giant helmet on, like with a CRT monitor on your face.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about like in arcades and stuff?
Yeah, the ones in arcades where you would have it on your head.
I wouldn't call that like virtual reality so much as like being super 3D. You know what I mean?
What?
I don't know. I think of like, I guess
the
like,
Oculus Rift is the same thing.
Yeah.
But except it's smaller and doesn't hurt your face.
I mean, but I feel like it's going to be more immersive you know? Like, when they get it, when they really get it, you will be able to move. You're not just going to have a thing on your face. Like, you will actually be able to, like, when you walk... Do you remember how...
Well, they do all actually have all those things already. It's just that you can't have them in your house.
Yeah.
But I remember at Disney Quest, there was this game... Did you ever go to Disney Quest?
No.
Disney Quest was this, like, series of mini amusement parks that they had in big cities. And basically, it was a gigantic, like, building filled with virtual reality games.
Whoa.
It was pretty awesome. It was, like, you had this one where you could make your own roller coaster. Like, you would get in line, and in the line, you would use these touch screens to build your own roller coaster, and then you would get into this big machine that would simulate the roller coaster.
Whoa.
It was amazing. And they also had this other game where you would put on virtual reality helmets, and they would give you these, like, wands in your hand, and basically they acted like lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
And they would fly you through these things, and you hit things with the lightsabers.
Uh-huh.
And they had all this other stuff too, like games and everything, but it really focused on virtual reality rides, and I thought it was the most amusing thing ever. But it didn't, like, work out.
I'm picturing, like, you know paintball, how you run around in, like, an enclosed space, but you would have, like, glasses on.
I think they had one of those too.
Really?
Yeah, they had all of that stuff.
So that everything that you see around you would be, like, this whole world, but you're really in just, like, a giant room with, like, foam, you know.
I think you're not understanding what I saw, because it was the most... I'm having my hands on my head because Disney Quest was literally the future, but it was Disney. And it was amazing.
But, like, isn't true virtual reality like the holodeck, and we don't have anything like that?
Okay, yeah. But I'm saying...
Aha!
But I'm saying the concept, like the Oculus Rift, of having a thing strapped to your face and some stuff in your hands, and you looking around and shooting things, they had
that.
Do you move? You could turn your body around, like as if you were in that Omni treadmill.
Yeah.
But it wasn't slippery. You could turn around.
No, but I think you should be able to, that's what I'm saying, like paintball, because you're running around. Like, you can move within the space.
So, like...
That's what I'm talking about.
If they made all the walls foam, and then they also...
Yeah, like
computer-generated the room, but then they put a different skin to the room.
They literally just put you in in a gigantic room with, like, you know, foam walls so you don't hurt yourself. But everything that you're seeing is like this completely generated world. So you're like walking through the jungle, and you're actually like walking around in just a big room.
Like if they made the support beams into trees or something.
Yeah.
Like if we were Cylons on a Cylon ship.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Someone get Stacy a job. If we were basically, Stacy was like, I want to be a Cylon on a Cylon ship.
Yep.
That's what I want. No, that's a great idea. But I wish Disney Quest was still a thing, because that was really amazing.
We're gonna have cooler stuff, I promise.
I don't think... What if it's not, though? Because it was literally a giant building of Disney. And it had such cool stuff in there, and they had all this...
The Disney park doesn't count as...
No, but the Disney park was like rides.
Yeah.
But in the Disney Quest, it was literally a building in downtown. And it was filled. Every single ride was a virtual reality ride.
Got it.
It was so cool. Them making it was amazing.
Childhood.
I know, but no, even if we went now, you would be like, is every ride here virtual reality, Mar? And I'd be like, yes, it is. Isn't this amazing? It was like a way better version of Dave & Buster's.
Oh, Dave & Buster's is so sad. Nobody should ever go there.
Because everyone's putting their saliva on everything.
I know. It's just gross.
Yeah.
I remember going places like that when I was a kid, and it wasn't really as gross. The only difference is that, like, when you're a kid and you go places like that, the adults aren't all drinking, so it's not, like, weird. So when I went to Dave & Buster's, it's, like, a bunch of kids, like, running around, like, putting their hands and tongues all over everything. But then there's, like, adults, like, totally boozing it up.
Being, like, creepy.
So putting those two things together, I feel like is just really weird. It should be adults only or kids, you know, with their parents.
There should be an adult-only Dave & Buster's, but everything is properly sanitized.
If it was only adults, I guarantee it would be better. It's when you put the kids in there.
Oh, remember when we went to that bar with all those old school arcade machines?
Yeah.
But it was filled with hipsters?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're like, we have 50 beers on tap, but they only... Oh my god. Oh. And it's like they start saying like one word and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go blow my brains out.
Hi, I'm at a bar filled with video games and I don't think video games have good music. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Did you just come up to us and start saying that? What? Stacey was like, calm down, Mariah. I was like, this guy just said video games have good music. What the fuck's his problem?
Well, because I think that there was like a total disconnect between what he was saying and what you were hearing. But at the same time, I don't think he was hearing what you were saying either. Like the two of you were like talking on completely different wavelengths.
I asked him, I was like, so like, have you played any recent games? And he was like, I've played like 007.
Oh, because you totally called him on his shit, and he was like, I don't play video games. So it's like, well, then how can you talk about them at all?
And then his shitty music was like elevator tantric music.
So bad. So, did I have you listen to any of it?
I wanted to, but then I decided not to.
It's like those hour-and-a-half long like jam tracks where it's like boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, but it's like electro.
And he was like, I have a friend at Ubisoft. And I was like, really? Okay, tell him that I said hello because I just was there.
It's like, oh my god.
I was just there. Tell them that my name is this. Say hello.
I think he thought you were asking for like a job.
I don't know what his problem was. Hi, I'm at a bar filled with video games. I'm gonna talk shit about video games. What?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, it's because the people that go there, they enjoy them in like an ironic sense. They're not like actual.
Oh please.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Where they're like, oh, this is so cool that we like put coins in these things. This is like the only way to play video games. Cause it's like ironic that they're like so bad, but like so good. It's like, relax. Why don't you go roll up your pants a little more?
I don't know what that means, but it feels like it's a good insult.
Because hipsters don't need a flood to roll up their pants. They just all roll their pants anyway. It's terrible.
Tell me about robots.
Okay. Okay, so we were talking about CES 2014, the Consumer Electronics Show, on our last podcast, and I found one article that's just like the top 15 robots at CES.
Yeah, that seems like a good article.
You would think so. Unfortunately, it's like a slideshow where they just really give you one brief they give you like one sentence about each robot.
So it's like a fancy Roomba.
So basically, Roomba got a lot better.
Okay, cool.
And Roomba got a lot better.
Revolutionizing your
But then there's this guy, the Ozobot, which actually like sits on your tablet screen and can play games with you.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly how the games would work, but I'm imagining like this being some sort of...
I see that it's using some sort of like sensor on the bottom to see the path that it needs to go on.
Or, yeah, and so maybe it like has to go here, but I was also thinking it would be really cool if it played against you.
It probably could. I mean, some sort of checkers or something. I don't know.
Like, what if you like stuck it on the screen and it could like play Pong with you or something?
So what we're looking at is, if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast,
basically like a little dome.
Yeah, it's a little dome that you put on your tablet, and it seems to be interacting
looks about an inch and a half in diameter.
Yeah, it seems to be interacting with the images that are happening on the tablet.
Yeah.
So, imagine that.
Yeah. But imagine if it could, I don't know, if it could just like, or like if it could interfere with you playing a game.
Ooh, like you have to touch it and the robot's like, nope.
Yeah,
nope.
Like imagine if you
didn't have a cat, but you wanted the annoyance of a cat. buy this.
Yes. Exactly. If you want like a little mouse to like go on, if you had a cat, it would probably go crazy over this little thing.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
it's Pleo!
Yep.
Is that the new Pleo?
Yes, this is the new Pleo. It includes voice recognition with any language, more touch sensors, the ability to sense temperatures, and time of day awareness.
Whoa, we gotta tell them what Pleo is.
It's a dinosaur.
It's
a robot dinosaur?
It's a robot dinosaur that you can pretend is your favorite robot dinosaur pet.
Yeah.
Stacy. What are the better features? This time Pleo has pajamas.
Yeah, he has a onesie on. So apparently Pleo, he's my dinosaur baby. You can buy onesies for it.
You know, it's really interesting because in the book for Jurassic Park, they were having these concepts of selling miniature genetically engineered dinosaurs as pets, and that they would make money by making it so those pets could only eat the food that the company designed.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit.
Baby
Give me that.
dinosaur.
Yeah, I want a miniature Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay.
No.
Miniature though.
My little mini Brontosaurus.
Ooh.
Because then it doesn't have any of like the pointy spiky things. It can't hurt you.
It would be super stupid.
It's just like, it just like has that like really long, cute little neck, and you can like scratch its like little baby head, because its head would probably be like what, like this big?
Yeah, because I'm reading this in the books, and they were like trying to make it sound evil, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, give that to me. Like,
I can have a dinosaur.
Like, do it and charge me out the ass. It's a dinosaur. It's a miniature. It would be like that movie Prehistoria.
Oh my god, can you just imagine like carrying it, you know, like the celebrities, they carry their dogs in the little bags, and you could put the dinosaur in the bag and like, and you could be like, this is my dinosaur. What's up?
And people would be like, I can't believe people are dressing up their dinosaur pets. It's
and
like
probably
totally
like,
against it. And I'd be like, it's winter and they're cold-blooded. They need to have their heat pack sweaters on. Mm-hmm. It's pink.
And I bet you anything there'd be like animal rights activists who would like pelt you with something.
They'd be like, this is torture.
This is torture. This is wrong. Animal rights. Set the dinosaurs free. And then you set them free and it's wintertime, so they all freeze.
And I'd be
nobody's
like,
taking care of them.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, well, it's a dinosaur, so no.
Sorry, this is my dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's also GrillBot, which is essentially a Roomba for your grill. Because I don't know if you've ever
All right, I can clean my own grill. Thank you.
I don't know if you've ever done it. It's a huge pain in the ass.
I've cleaned a grill before. You just put it in the soaky thing for a while, take it out, go the end.
If you have a small grill, yeah, but I mean, like, these are big grill.
Like,
do you see how big this is?
It doesn't seem very big to me.
That's a person. So person, it would be like twice the size. See? That's a person.
Yeah,
so like,
I clean my dad's grill when I go over to his house.
How do you fit it in a sink?
I don't put it in a sink. We put it outside and we like put it into like a big tub or whatever if it's really bad.
Oh, but why not just have a GrillBot do it?
Well, because I can do it. Because when I come over, I can do the manual labor.
I suppose.
They can really incentivize me of me coming. Daughter, come over, hang out with us, do all our
clean
chores.
our grill for us. There's also one that cleans windows for you.
I like that idea. It's like, wait, can I see more of this? So it's
like a little. It almost looks like a.
Does it suction cup onto the window?
I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I would guess that it's like, it just kind of, I don't know.
Promise to do a window.
It basically just looks kind of like a touchpad that you stick on the window, but then it's gonna move around and clean the window as it moves.
It wouldn't be very good for people who have classic style windows. It would only be good for people who have like condos like that I have, where it's like floor to ceiling condo windows, right?
Yeah.
Or would that replace, like...
You mean, like, with window panes? Like, it wouldn't be good for that?
Yeah, because it'd be like, okay, move me, okay, me,
yeah.
Done. Like...
If you've got big windows, or if, like, you're in an office building and you have, like, those big, like, glass doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
who knows? We could get really big ones of this that would, like, traverse if, like, in the future,
What about people's jobs?
They could
No, just kidding.
help the robots. I don't know.
No, that's
They're
really
taking away jobs that pay $10 an hour. Oh no,
like
not even 10.
No, they get paid a lot because it's like one of those.
They're risking their lives.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I kind of would like that because there's just a gigantic window in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You've seen that one?
Yeah.
And I always feel weird when I pee in it because I have these special.
You pee in the window?
Yes, when I pee in the window. No, the toilet is right next to this.
Do you clean your window with pee?
It's a really secret, ancient Japanese secret. No,
this is how we keep our windows so clean. We pee on them.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell.
My toilet is right next to a giant floor-to-ceiling window, and there's these special curtains that we have that are woven so you can look out, but they can't see in.
Right, that's what they tell you.
Well, I've looked from the outside of the building. They work. Just let me believe this.
I have to believe
I have to believe this because I don't want to poop in front of everybody in downtown. But, like, sometimes they do window cleanings, and I will be peeing and then suddenly see a rope, and I panic, and I just run.
Pee everywhere.
I just run.
Just pee all over the floor.
If I knew that rope was attached to a robot, I'd be like, that robot's...
It's a robot.
He's
Doesn't
not
care. It has a Connect on it so that people can spy on me through the internet, but whatever. At least it's not a person.
That robot's probably already surfing robot porn,
Yeah.
so it's not interested in
At least
what
I don't
I'm
have
doing.
to look it in the eyes.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this one.
Exterminate. Why would
Exterminate.
I'm gonna buy a Dalek?
They built it out of actually. Who built this?
Oh, just in case and you didn't get it from our sounds.
Oh, it's a Dalek from Doctor Who. Exterminate. Somebody's listening to this going like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Oh, it's a bunch of sounds. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is actually built out of speaker components. So 32
Does it move?
Yes, it does move. But it's from a car speaker company. Here's my question. Does it make sound with all those subwoofers? Because that would be really fucking loud. It has 32...
It has to be.
32 along the bottom, a huge subwoofer inside the head, and 5,000 watts of amplifiers in the back.
Oh, dude, that has to be some sort of crazy...
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
I feel like it would be... You know how, like, you can... They use that sound frequency as a weapon to make people shit themselves?
The brown note?
Yeah. There could be...
Everybody in the whole convention just collectively shits themselves.
No, it could literally be a Dalek weapon, where the Dalek
The Dalek rolls in and everyone's like, oh no!
No, just imagine, like, we go to war, and then, like, that just rolls down the street, and everyone's, like, laughing, and it's like, can't even go upstairs! And it's like, exterminate, exterminate, and then it just drops a dubstep beat, and everyone shoots themselves.
Yes. And then there's, I don't know exactly what these guys do. Have you seen these before?
Raspberry Pi robot. I guess they run off the Raspberry Pi. Let me see this. Comes out... Oh, I'm going to assume that these are robots that run off a very cheap computer-type chip that's relatively powerful, and that you could probably program those robots to do whatever you wanted, because those are especially designed to connect to the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a Raspberry Pi and get that robot, and you know kind of what you're doing, you could probably do some sort of programming feature where you could have some sort of setup.
But, like, look at it. What would it do? Like, what could it realistically do? Besides dance and move around?
The Raspberry Pi is basically for people who...
No, but I mean, like, the capability of the robot.
No, I'm trying to explain, because the allure of the Raspberry Pi is that it's a cheap thing that you can experiment with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get this, you can experiment with making a robot. Do different things, different commands.
It's $354.
Well,
But tell me what will that do? This I mean, it's pretty little. It looks a little bigger than it looks bigger than a Furby, at least.
Well, some things that my boyfriend can do with his Raspberry Pis that I get for him is that he has made an electronic key opener or whatever for his car, and he has made a light turner oner and offer from the internet. So one time he came over and he said, Mari, I can turn the lights off in my room through the internet. And I was like, cool, I don't give a shit. And he was like, no. And then he calls up his brother and he goes, go into my room. And he turns off the light and he goes, did my lights go off? And he goes, yeah. And he's like, wow. Did you hear that, Mari? And I'm like,
yeah,
cool.
Cool, I guess.
So anyway, just imagine that, but with robots. For $350.
But I guess I'm just saying, like, what could this this robot doesn't seem like it would have many physical capabilities.
You don't judge this robot, because when the overlords
I'm heavily judging this robot.
When these are going to be the basic pawns of the robot overlords, so you better be nice.
Maybe you could.
They're probably just
maybe you could equip its hands with like a stun gun, and when you leave, it could guard your apartment. And so if an intruder comes in, it's just like. It tases people.
I think it's basically meant for people who want to learn how to program a robot.
Oh, it's not meant for that, okay.
But they could.
So fuck me for finding it.
I know that my boyfriend's going to call me after listening to this and going, Mara, you don't know anything. You could do so many things with this because I'm an engineer and you're stupid.
Yeah, please show him what this looks like. And then there's a couple that are like various like robotic cameras so that you can control them from like 2,000 feet.
Wait, let me see.
Well, I don't know exactly. There's this.
Oh, it's a robot camera.
But then there's this one, which you can control from like 2,000 feet.
They left the cap on.
Away. Well, yeah, because you're not taking a picture. Duh!
But there's a camera!
There's a camera, but you can use it to record video from, like, so say you're, like, across, like, a sports field, like a football field, you could, like, set up a camera on one end, and you could be doing whatever you want, and you could control it.
So basically, this is for peeping toms.
Suppose.
Stacy, you know for sure, because they already have systems for this, but this is for a peeping tom on the go.
Athletic trainers, parents, and filmmakers to automatically film themselves or their subjects from up to 2,000 feet away.
So what's this called?
But, like...
What is this called? The Solo Shot 2 is for the peeping tom in your life who's on the go. And
but if you were a peeping tom, why would you need it 2,000 feet away?
So that you won't be caught in the bushes. People are less likely to notice a little camera than a huge guy.
I suppose that's true. So you could just, like... so maybe it would, like, show up on your screen at home and you could just, like...
Well, why would you need it for anything from 2,000 feet away?
I don't know. If you're on a marathon course?
Well, then why won't... No. What?
What do you mean? If you're filming, like, runners, like, on a marathon track...
Oh.
You could just set up cameras and you could control each one of them instead of...
I'd be afraid someone would steal my cameras.
That's true. But I mean, like, I don't know.
It's just a remote control camera holder.
Or what if... Or if you were a filmmaker, it makes sense.
But they already have things like that are more efficient.
How do you know?
Because people make cameras like that.
I mean, if you're an amateur filmmaker, maybe?
But then why would you pay so much money for that?
Do you know how much money it is?
I'm assuming it's a lot of money.
Oh. I don't know. And then there's a bunch of other ones that are just like...
Blah.
There's the 5 Elements Robotics Budgie, and Budgie uses follow me technology, so it follows you. Like, so you can put... Like, you could put your groceries in it, or, like, whatever you want. Like, say if you were handicapped, you could put your things in it and it will follow you around.
So what we're looking at is like these little robots that have like heads and they have a basket on them that hold stuff.
Yeah. So like if you were in like a wheelchair, it could like follow you around.
Oh.
I could see that actually being very handy. And it comes equipped with a locking mechanism so your bags and valuables are safe and secure until they're unlocked.
I can see it being kind of like Glyph from Mass Effect, where it just keeps following you around. You're like, leave me alone! Leave me alone.
Or maybe like if you're elderly and you like walk with a cane or something, but you need help with your groceries.
Realistically, that's very helpful.
Yeah. I feel like there's a really good practical application for that. And then there's like a bunch of other stuff. There's one that dances. You can sync it with your smartphone and make its dance moves mimic yours. It comes with 56 preset dance moves, and if you turn on music, they will dance. The Tossy Robotics Disco Robo.
Oh, so
I've seen these guys dance. It's really cute.
It can see what you are dancing as, or
it only gives me one sentence, Mari. I'm just postulating.
Like, check it out, it's cool, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like the camera thing. Like, I'm just guessing.
Look at this dog.
Hold on, let's see.
At TE Connectivity, we understand.
I just wanted to see a video of the robot. We don't have to look at it now, though. Mari is showing a video of the dancing robot right now. So, what else did you want to talk about?
Let's do the questions that people have.
Okay.
Thoughts on games tackling real-life issues like transphobia and homophobia. What do you think about that? Will we see this trend continue? Killer Rhubarb.
I hope so.
So, games he's talking about is Gone Home, which I haven't played yet. And I have played some games that also touch on it, like pretty much Flash games. I think it's a good idea. I mean, there's no reason for it not to be a good idea. It opens up the discussion for everybody.
I think that the more you, with any like civil rights types things, because I do look at like homophobia as like a civil rights issue, like people rights, everybody being people together and happy. I think the more you normalize everything and make it not like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
like
also spreads information.
Yeah, spread information, get people accustomed to seeing like gays are people, trans people are people, we're all just people.
Yeah, if you just like a lot of things is like the people are adding trans people to video games, and people are like, well, is there a purpose to it? How does that affect their character or the story?
But does it have to be a purpose? Like, why can't they just be?
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a mechanism.
Yeah,
you know?
And so a lot of the writers are like, well, the point is that there isn't really a purpose. The point is that people who are trans or gay or whatever or black or white exist, and it doesn't have to mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to define their character.
Yeah, it's just that these people exist, and so they should have representation in all forms of media.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree.
There is a trans person in Pokemon who is just there. It's just there.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Like, it's just you're in the Pokemon X and Y, there is a young woman that you encounter who goes, 1 year ago I was a black belt, and in the original version is basically like implying that 1 year ago she was living as a man, and she goes, isn't science amazing? And so it's just like she exists.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. So, that just, you're right. It normalizes it and just brings that, like, that it exists.
Well, that's kind of like, seeing when, how whenever you see they make a big deal out of like interracial romances, like on television and things like that.
They still do that?
I know, it's weird.
They still do it?
Not like a huge deal, but like Cheerios ran a commercial with an interracial family, and Cheerios caught a lot of flack for it from people who, yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
Weird.
It was like really strange. But it's the same type of thing, and like when shows have like gay
But
characters.
you know what I have been noticing, that there have been more interracial relationships in TV shows too.
Yeah.
Which I guess I'm still noticing that, so that's probably still a new thing. If
Exactly.
I'm still noticing.
I know. I still notice it.
Yeah. So.
It's yeah. I mean, like you can watch a TV show where like the entire cast is white.
That's true. Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, another thing ruined in my brain. Now I'm gonna notice that forever.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Or like where they have like the token minority character.
And whenever I'm watching a TV show where it's like I was watching Bones, and there was this Middle Eastern Muslim guy character,
Mm-hmm.
and he was an intern, and he had this guy was trying to use a katana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this wrong, and someone's gonna yell at me, but like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm Japanese. I don't. And the white guy was trying to use it, and then the Middle Eastern guy is like, "Oh, let me help you." No, it was nunchucks.
Oh, okay.
But it was something Asian.
Something Asian.
I got it mixed up. So he's like, the Middle Eastern guy uses the nunchucks, but they like played Middle Eastern themed music while he was doing it. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, why?
You're like, wait, what?
Could they? Why? There was no reason. He doesn't even have an accent.
Like completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Next question is.
Anyways, like normalizing trans and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it'll be great, and hopefully it will continue. Next.
I notice those things when people start using the ethnically themed music for certain people, when it's like, but that had nothing to do.
But it had nothing to do with their ethnicity.
Yeah.
It's just something that they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's like, but in people's minds, it's like, you know, oh, I now know who that character is. Like, now it makes their character more believable because I'm matching, like, what I'm seeing with what I'm hearing. It's like, oh my God.
But you know what
That's
they did
not
later?
how people work.
They're really inconsistent in Bones. So what they did later was that he no longer even had a Middle Eastern accent.
Did he have one in the beginning?
Yes.
Aww.
But then it was gone later, which I'm pretty sure they got feedback being like, you guys,
Yeah.
no more. Stop being like that.
Yeah.
And then he got in an interracial relationship with the boss. Anyway, favorite anime, Nearly a Ninja. You love that Loveless anime.
I loved Loveless. It was only on for like one. No, was it 3? Hold on. I mean, it's 3. It's sorry, I'm like walking away from the thing and talking.
It's okay.
But it's like, well, I mean, it's only like 3 discs. I think the manga was longer, but I loved it. I don't know why. I think it's just because like that was when I first like.
It's one of those.
It's one of those like ones that you watch and you're just like, wow, this is so cool. And then like everything after that is like, but it's not as cool as Loveless. You know?
Kind of like when you start watching K-dramas and you start with My Lovely Samsoon.
And none of them after that are any good.
You're like, after that, you're like, how come they're not like Samsoon? Like,
that show was awesome, right?
So, that's like the Citizen Kane of K-dramas.
I know. Well, and it's funny because if you look up how successful that show was, like in Korea, like half of Korea was watching that show.
They must have loved that show.
Yeah.
It's
We
about
loved that show and we're Americans.
And my boyfriend started loving the show too, but like not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
totally.
Not looking at the screen, but looking, being like, this show's stupid. I can't believe you just said that. My favorite anime is, right now I'm liking Attack on Titan, but I'm trying to like stay away from it a little.
I keep needing to watch that.
Everybody really loves that one.
I know. I heard somebody talking about it on Twitter today, and I was just like, it was another moment where I was like, God, gotta watch that. But it's like
you have to read it. So
well,
No, you have to read the subtitles.
Oh, I thought you meant read the manga, and I was like, Mari, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
I liked it because you know how they make uniforms and stuff gendermorphic a lot.
Oh, I also liked High School of the Dead.
High School of the Dead was
so
good.
Funny. Oh my god.
It's really sad. It's never coming back because the creators, the writer, and the person who draws it, they got in a fight because one of them had sex with the other one's wife or something.
Of course.
No, for real. So anyway, that's never coming back. But the thing I like about Attack on Titan is it avoids a lot of the anime tropes.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, hello, sparkly eyes and squiggly.
And then when they do that thing where they jump up in the air and their eyes go big and it's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
And the uniforms.
And little things come out of their head.
And the uniforms are the same for everybody, and they don't rely on extravagant outfits and stuff to differentiate people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has normal features, but they are all easily identified when you look at them.
Yeah.
So it's not like purple hair, pink hair, green hair.
Yeah.
Of course, then we liked Cowboy Bebop and Death Note.
Death Note. Yeah, Death Note was obviously really good. I would totally recommend that people check out High School of the Dead because that's if you're viewing it from as
pretend it's like Bayonetta. It's just
you have to be aware that it's ridiculous.
At one point, a bullet comes and the boobs move.
One goes down and one goes up, and the bullet passes through.
And it's in slow motion.
Oh my god. The breast physics and short skirts and just ridiculousness.
It's one of those things where it's just
anime babes, just for the sake of anime babes.
It's like reading a really, really fluffy fan fiction.
Yeah.
Would you rather fuck an orc or a troll? This is important. Parlock.
An orc, obviously.
I was thinking about this all day, being like, well, orcs traditionally in most mythos often have intelligence, cultures, and a rich culture and rich civilizations. And trolls, more often than not, are beasts.
Yeah.
So not capable of communication.
What is your answer then? You're worrying me.
No! An orc.
Okay.
An orc.
You sounded like you were first I was thinking an orc, but then I thought of trolls.
And how they're literally animals.
And they can't communicate with you. Wouldn't that be cool? And I was no! Oh no!
But not to insult any trolls, I am aware that there are many times where trolls do have cognitive civilizations. No offense to any troll Americans.
Troll Americans.
Oculus Rift porn. Just a statement, not actually a question.
Let me see the card. Okay.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think so.
Along with peripherals that have already been on the market for a while.
I mean, I feel like this is just the next logical step. We already have sex dolls.
Do you know that there's actually things that you can buy for your iPad where you can attach a fleshlight to it?
Oh no.
Yeah, dark places of the internet.
Dark places.
Dark places.
In the bowels of the internet is where you found
There's
this.
other things I've seen and burned out of my eyes, but yes, it is a possibility, and there are things that have been on the market for a while that would work.
I know that I don't want to get into all of the cool things that I'm thinking right now because I don't want somebody to use them against me later.
And people might not understand that you're thinking of it as a cool technology.
No, literally, I'm thinking of it as a technology. I'm not thinking of it as, but just imagine if you could, I don't know.
Every day we get closer to Ready Player One and the Oasis, which you have to read.
I know. Just send it to me on the iPad.
Just listen to it as an audiobook when you go to and from work.
On my iPod?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could totally not pirate it. It's read by
Don't
Will
do
Wheaton.
it, but you could. Don't do it, but I think you could. Don't do it.
Will Wheaton narrates it.
Oh, that's right. You keep telling me this.
So then, but the beginning is kind of long-winded because they're trying to set up the world.
Yeah.
But after that, it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Opinions on current socioeconomic status of YouTube gamers and LPers go.
By the way,
Supervin.
I feel like you're going to have to repeat that because I feel like nothing can compare to the long-windedness of George R.R. Martin. I feel like after having read all of those 5 books, I am fully equipped for, like, anything else.
Well, have you ever read the Lord of the Ring books?
I read The Hobbit. I read partway through Lord of the Rings and then got bored.
Yeah,
but I was really young.
Well, the Lord of the Rings books, they're pretty tangential.
Yeah.
So,
no, I know.
So opinions on opinions. Stacy,
I had other things to say.
fine.
No, it's fine.
Opinions on current socioeconomic status of YouTube gamers and LPers go. So I guess what he thinks of how LPers make money and our status in society. I guess in terms of like.
We don't have any status. Next question.
It was like kind of like when my sister walked on us recording a Let's Play, and I had to explain to her what it was.
Oh my gosh,
And it was worse than if she had caught us like having sex. Like
it probably would have made more sense to her.
She would have been
honestly.
like, "Oh, you guys are lesbians."
Oh, I get it. You guys are okay.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
instead, she was like, "Bari, like this is a computer and you're talking to it. What the fuck are you doing?"
She like looked at us like we had just like sacrificed a lamb.
I know.
So basically, that's our status in society. Like untouchables.
Yeah.
We're like the untouchable cast of video games.
I feel like this segment of gaming, there's like a whole world out there that doesn't really see any of this. Because like I've talked to a lot of people about like the YouTube channel that we do, and I always have to explain like everything. None of them have
Just
ever
say
heard.
it's Mystery Science Theater, but for video games.
That's what I say, but I'm like, none of them have ever even heard of this like as a concept.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not into video games, if you're not a gamer, then why would you have heard of it?
Yeah. Well, and also even within the gaming community, some people are like irrationally angry about it for unknown reasons. So I don't.
I don't understand how people could be angry about it. Like
People get angry about a lot of things.
That's very true.
People get angry about us all the time, as you can see from just random conversations about nothing, and then suddenly they're angry at us.
I know. It's
Some people get pretty aggressive.
I can't deal with that stuff very well. I'm glad that you're the one who has to deal with most of that. Not like I ever want to like push that off on anybody, but they haven't found me yet. They don't know where to find me.
You should probably ask Mari about that. And I'd be like, have you heard about these new dish towels?
Exactly.
Idiots. I won't get into specifics, but a lot of people get real mad that we happen to be okay with being women on the internet.
Dude, what the
What?
I feel like that's like the number one thing that people get their panties in a bunch about.
I've been trying to avoid this topic because I didn't want to make it seem like I wanted the first person to be in trouble, which I don't, because they apologized. But even after that, more and more people keep getting mad at us the more popular we get.
Yeah.
They keep yelling at us.
It's okay. I mean,
like, it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, I'm like, why are you so mad?
I don't know. What do we do?
What we did was say the word girls in the title of our video.
Oh, we're not going to get into this again. But
All I'm saying is it's a reference to women eating feces.
It's a reference to scat porn.
So, I don't see how that's playing into sex. So, you guys have fun with that. We won't get too into it.
Yeah. But you guys, now that it's out there, Have fun with that.
Yeah, poop.
Scat
you
porn.
think about
Moving
us
on.
eating poop and see if that is good for you. Put that in your Oculus Rift.
Oh my god. Oh, that'd be awesome!
Can't escape it.
Wait, wouldn't you could just get like, you could just have like a bowl of ice cream in front of No, why did you say that? I'm just like...
You would be, you know how when you look away, but you can't look away?
I need to burn out my retinas. Oh.
Who is your favorite band, and are you a Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony fans? Nearly a ninja.
These are two separate questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Well, actually,
Nintendo's a band?
actually, the lead people of the
lead singer of Nintendo.
the lead people of Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony have all made their own bands, and they're having a battle of the bands later.
What?
No, that's a joke. It's not real.
Jesus.
That's not real.
It was a long week.
But whoa, that'd be really... Whoa, they should actually do that. That's actually a really good idea. And then that will settle the console war. Whoever loses...
Whoever rocks the hardest.
Whoever loses can't make consoles anymore.
Whoever's band overdoses first, that is obviously the most hardcore band. You win the console war.
Yeah, everyone else has to stop making consoles if you lose the battle of the bands.
Mm-hmm. It'll be like in high school.
And then, no, they shouldn't play Rock Band. No.
No.
Our favorite band. Right now I've been listening. What I do is I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks and video game soundtracks.
I'm not gonna let you give any explanation. Just say what it is.
I like to listen to movie and video game soundtracks. That's what I like to do.
Which one?
My favorite one overall would be are you talking about the one that we listened to together?
Well, that's a really good one. I really liked the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack.
I like the one that is The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I like to pretend that I am a glamorous terrorist. What are you looking for?
I was trying to see if I still had it because I would show it to you. But like do you remember when they did the Final Fantasy VII movie Advent Children? The soundtrack to Advent Children is really good.
They also
That's not my favorite, but when you said soundtrack,
they did orchestral and chorus versions of all the Final Fantasy musics and stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the album that I've been playing nonstop recently is True by Avicii.
Ooh. AJ, what's this on your butt? Okay. Well, I like to listen to those things because I like to listen to them when I'm walking down the street and stuff. And you guys are gonna think I'm really weird, but give it a try because you're gonna feel really cool. Like you're in an epic fight all the time. Oh,
there's an album that I wanted you to listen to because the whole thing, it's you listen to it and all of a sudden you're transported into I'm a secret agent. This is an epic scene from a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
That thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, remember when we were listening to the Dark Knight Rises soundtrack and we were pretending
And even though we're going 35 miles an hour down Michigan Avenue, we both feel like we're
yeah, we felt like we were delivering
badasses.
We were delivering some sort of anti-terrorist thing.
Yeah.
Doing
something. Yeah, we're saving the world.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So that's what we like. Oh, and Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony. I like to just play whatever I want to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right now, I am leaning more towards Sony because
PS4.
I have a PS4. So that's what's making me feel that way. But usually I end up with all of them at the end.
I'm pretty brand agnostic. If I want to play it, I'll just
YouTube One True Pairing. Well, people were saying Soul and Cubed and Parlak earlier. Oh, togetherness. I don't know. I don't feel like I should have the power to force lovers to be together. That's. I'm not in the book, Emma. So, yeah, literary references.
I can't, like, if I had thought about this question more, maybe I would have something. But I don't know who I would just, like, stick together, I mean, aside from us.
Let's see. Who would be good together? We're not good at this.
Yeah, next
question.
We'll try harder. We'll do it next time.
Yeah. Well, when we get to think about it. Vertical farming in essay format. 20 page. No, card gaming. Vertical farming is going nowhere but up.
Exactly.
It's really, a rising market.
Yep, it's a lucrative business.
Can you find and set me up with the real life Ezio? Feminine Miss Geek. Yes, I can. His name is Francisco Randez. And he is the face model for Ezio in the Assassin's Creed games. I almost said movies. He is Spanish and some other stuff, and he speaks Spanish or something. And he's in a band. That was it. That's our podcast.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Create more time. You just make it. If you want a new life, just take it. If you wanna change the world, then speak real clear and make sure someone's listening. And if you wanna break my heart, then stay right here. You don't go anywhere. Do you love me now? Everything comes in pieces. Prove it. Try to ask yourself, are you really different? Know that your life is more frightening than writing a song. It's enacted of fractions you're passing along, and these oceans of emotion will crash once they hit the shore. I promise you. And it's the closest I will get to sincerity. Every praise I make just looks so fake and rude to me. And it's the closest I will come to purity. Simulations never follow me. Do you love me now? 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 My heart is made up of pieces. closest I can be to egocentricity. This overwhelming sense of projection will sneak behind and tear at me, and it'll slam me to the ground into reality, and I'll deal with my disparity. Do you love me now? Do you love me now? Do you love me now? Don't you love me now? Don't you love me now? Why don't you love me now? Why don't you love me now? This is where I fall down, shattered on the floor, as I'm swept around with a million more pieces of myself I once learned to lose, but it never helped me forget the truth.